Thank you for joining our program today. This is the Community Outreach Update Show, and I am your host, Mary Ann Williams. We are pleased to have with us today David Stradal, Department Chair for the Business Department, which entails the computer, information systems, accounting, marketing, management, entrepreneur, business communications, criminal justice, and business technology programs here at MCC. Mr. Stradal comes to MCC with a wealth of experience in the business arena. He received his BS of Finance from Lehigh University in Pennsylvania and an MBA from University of Connecticut. He was born in the Midwest, but he spent most of his life on the East Coast, primarily the Connecticut area. Mr. Stradal has over 17 years in Fortune 500 companies, including GTE and Brunswick. Wow, what an impressive bio. Welcome back to the Midwest, Dave.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you for inviting me.
May I call you Dave?
Certainly.
Thank you. First, let's start off by explaining what a degree in business at MCC will do for our students and what types of degrees or certificates are available.
The business degree for students at MCC will open up the entire world to them. We like to think that the world runs on business, but there are many aspects of business. As you mentioned a little bit, there's accounting, there is management, there is marketing, and within each of those fields there are a variety of different subfields. For example, a student can earn a entrepreneur bookkeeping degree, so in bookkeeping services. They can earn an associate's degree in management or marketing. And then with the other disciplines within our department, there are a variety of associate degrees that they can earn or certificates that will prepare them either to start a job immediately or will be excellent background for them to transfer to our four-year partners.
Oh, wonderful. Now, you talked a little bit in our pre-conversations about the gaming industry, and you're very involved with that, I understand. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the gaming industry in West Michigan and just how big is this?
Well, Mary, this effort is being led by Jim Landis, who's our instructor for interactive game design. This is a worldwide business. All these popular games you see on TV, that's the entertainment part of gaming. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry globally.
Wow.
But there's also gaming that gets involved in education and corporate training. So students can start here, get a good basic background to gaming, and then if they want, they can move on to a four-year school and get additional training, or if they have good skill sets, they're able to perhaps do some freelancing and start their own careers right out of MCC.
Oh, good. Now, what does a career in gaming offer the students? Will they, like you said, they'll be able to start their career, but they can get a job right away? Is that what I hear you saying?
There's a potential for it, and they're just like any field, there are a lot of different avenues you can take. It could be in coding or programming the game, it could be in story design, it could be in graphics design, the characters, the symbology. There's a lot of storyline behind games. When you look at any game that's out there, there's an underlying story behind it. And that's part of the gaming experience.
So how long would it take a student to, from start to finish, to get certified in gaming?
Well, depending on the area they went into, you could start with a 2-year associate degree here and then go on to a 4-year school to finish additional training. And it's a growing industry, and as you might imagine, since it's heavily technology driven, it's a constantly changing industry.
Yes. Now, I see from your list of projects that you're working with IBM to create a national certification in programming and languages. Can you expound on this a little bit?
Sure. Shar Parker is the instructor who is leading that charge for us. Shar has strong connections with IBM and is involved with a national consortium of community colleges. And the three of those entities are working together to establish national standards for IBM software knowledge and testing so that students who come out of that will be certified to program, to code in selected IBM programs. Shar has also brought her students to IBM symposiums, which have resulted in job offers for some of these students. So it's a very powerful program, and she's on the forefront of developing these standards. She's helping to develop the certification testing, and very active in getting our students into the IBM community.
That's awesome. Now, you know, we have some students that worked here a few years ago and received their business degrees, and they're now working at IBM.
Yes.
So that's wonderful to hear that. We've come a long way from COBOL and Fortran, haven't we?
We have. We have.
Yes, that's great. So what is the primary programming language now? Is there one particular language, or?
It depends. For IBM, the program that Char's working on primarily deals with RPG.
Okay. Good, good. Now, what is a fabrication laboratory, and how does this benefit our students and the placement of where this laboratory is going to be?
Okay. As part of the entrepreneur program, we are moving that program downtown in the new facility, along with the Applied Technology Department and the Arts and Humanities black box area. I proposed to the board of directors a couple years ago that we create something called a fabrication lab. A fabrication lab is meant to be a rapid prototype center. In the past, if you wanted to develop a product, you would do a CAD design, a computer-aided design, then you might make a wood model or a metal model. Well, today you can take that design and make a three-dimensional plastic plastic prototype that you can use to maybe show potential customers, maybe make further engineering design changes, or you can actually test it. Some of the materials coming out of 3D printers are production-ready parts. You can put them into, let's say, a car engine and test them to see if they'll withstand temperature, to see if they'll function the way that they were designed. So this fabrication lab is part of an MIT program, so we'll be linked with this U.S., actually national or International Fab Lab Association, and provides laser cutting, 3D printing, metal cutting, wood cutting capabilities, as well as CAD training to teach the community, and this is a community center,
Wow.
how to make their own prototypes. We have a lot of inventors in the area. We have a lot of students doing school projects. This will be a perfect place for them to come down and develop their next idea, their next prototype, or work on their school project. Plus, it will be a center for K through 12 to come in and get introduced to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math training, and cool projects, robotics, electronics. Come and build your own robot and program it to do things. These are the type of activities that we'll be doing downtown. And again, it's to reach out to students and to reach out to those, let's say, non-traditional students or students who have maybe trouble engaging in a regular school environment. We think we can attract them downtown to some of these STEM programs and move them from being off the path to a good future to on the path for a good future.
And certainly that will bring some retraining for people who need to be rejobbed. So need a job. So that sounds marvelous. And boy, time sure goes quickly when we're doing this, but I'm just enjoying our conversation today. Now, we talked a little bit offline information about the four-year institutions that you're working with, helping to get qualified workers in the criminal justice. Can you, for just a few, 1 minute or so, tell me a little bit about what is needed in that area?
Sure. Alboreto is our program coordinator for criminal justice, and working with Ferris, they've identified a need in the criminal justice area. Wardens and senior people in the prison system are at the age where they're retiring, and there are not enough qualified people to take all of those jobs, to fill the gaps. And people in that industry need degrees to move up to the higher levels. So what Al and Ferris and other partners are doing are working together to ensure that students get the degrees and the training necessary that will put them in line with a little experience to eventually move in those positions. Or if there are existing workers out there already in those institutions, they may need to get some more certification in order to be promotable. So they're working both angles of that to serve the criminal justice community.
Well, and that sounds wonderful. Everything that we can do at MCC, and that's our title. That's what we do, education,
Yes.
isn't it? Can you share with me and with our audience a little bit about what you're doing with area youth, introducing and educating them to the computer world?
Sure, we do a lot with area youth. Of particular interest at the moment, Christopher Van Oosterhout has linked in with the Hour of Code organization, and actually coming up this Saturday, he is putting on an event here at the college that attracts, I believe it's targeted to 7th and 8th grade, boys and girls, but a little bit towards the girls, to get them involved in learning how to program, get them again involved in the STEM approach, and get them comfortable with that. It's, I won't say it's a gender-dominated field, but we want to make sure everybody's comfortable with developing programming skills for the future, because that's going to be one of the major skill sets required.
That's great, and what I'm hearing from you is not a bias. It's open to all to the ages that are out there, and
is.
to all creeds, all age levels, all gender, all. So we are happy about that.
Absolutely, it's a wonderful program that Christopher's latched onto, and we expect to repeat it. This first program, 30 slots filled up in 48 hours.
Wow, wow. Absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see that you're doing some great things in the business department, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your already busy schedule to talk with us about the happenings there. I would like to take this time to allow you for about 1 minute to speak to the students that are watching, to the parents that are watching, and give them a 1 minute tell them why a business degree or starting in a business degree here at MCC would be beneficial for them.
Okay. I think the thing that I would say to students and parents is, in the business department, our faculty have come from real world experience. We know what it takes to do well out in the real world, and we all try and convey that knowledge into the classroom. So regardless of what degree you're as a student or your child or young student, young adult now may want to take, know that they'll be well prepared to move on to the future, whether they want to start a job right away or move on in a career right away, or whether they want to transfer onto a four-year school. They will be extremely well prepared, not only in subject matter, but also the flavor of what happens in the real world.
Wonderful. Well, there you have it. You heard it right here at MCC's Community Outreach. Once again, we've been honored to talk with our one of MCC's finest faculty members, the department chair of the business department. We welcome your comments. If you would like to contact Dave, you can contact him at 231-777-0378. Or Dave, why don't you give us your email address?
Sure, it is David.Stradal, Stradal, at muskegoncc.edu.
Very good. Well, we'd like to hear from you. Our time is just about up. I would like to hear your comments and suggestions, so just email me at mary.williams@muskegoncc.edu. And if you want to learn more about business programs, you can do that by visiting www.muskegoncc.edu/business department. It's been wonderful. I'll see you again real soon. Have a great one.